girl, OTG, that's Simply Kitten, that's me. And you see that? Boo! Your girl got on her Hot Girl Summer color on these nails, okay? Like, it ain't even summer yet, but I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling it. It's lit. No, look. So, today, by the title of the video, you can kind of see what we talking about. We talking about opinions. Real life, this started off as I was like, I want to talk about this Derrick Jackson situation. Y'all already know. While I give some opinions on some new makeup products. Yeah, I wanted to tell y'all about these new makeup products, my opinions, but I didn't know. Let me get up off the wall. Anyway, but I didn't know, like, should I do a story time? But then I was like, no, if I do a story time, because my story times be lit. If you didn't watch my last story time, do that. Okay, because your girl is back now. Baby, that's all I gotta say. She got that, so hopefully I do better in life and I post more. But that was the purpose of me getting sis right here. So I was like, nah, my story times be too lit, be talking about too much. You know, I'm gonna have to do something else for my story time, but I got y'all on that next. So I was like, let me just give opinions, okay? I'm about to give my opinions on these products. I'm about to give my opinions on stuff. I thought it was just gonna be Derrick Jackson, but it turns out we're gonna be talking about some other stuff. And I don't know if you watch Choice TV, but he lit. And he does like an unpopular opinions video. And but when you got them nailed, you just be talking with your hands and stuff, ready to give a presentation. But anyway, but yeah, he do an unpopular opinions video and stuff like that. And so it kind of gave me the vibe of that. Because I want to talk about more than one thing. But Mr. Derrick will be a main topic, okay? He will be a good topic of today's video. So, a couple of the products that we will be reviewing today or talking about is the They're Real Benefit Mascara. Yeah, so the first one of the things is that They're Real. I don't know why I can never say that correctly. It's hot in here. Anyway, magnet mascara. And that's, I guess, a good reason. You know, y'all are up in close and personal today. I washed my face. I moisturized. I got it. Sorry. Don't ask me why I have on my head. Anyway, I got her the Good Apple Vegan Beauty, KVD Beauty cream to powder. I got her. I did not shade match. I did not try it out, you know, because if you know, like at Ulta and stuff like that, they don't let you try out the shades. So I got her. We don't know if she a good color match, but we're gonna find out today. I kind of did shade match this one. We got the Tarte Ultra Creamy Concealer. So we're gonna see how that goes today. Y'all, when I seen it, I couldn't believe it. I had already made the decision that I was going to buy it. I didn't care how much it cost. First of all, I don't even use eyeshadow primer. I'm one of those miscreants who just drag their concealer down to their eyelid. I'm one of I'm one of those people. My sister's in here with the baby, guys. But I'm one of those people. I don't use eyeshadow primers. But baby, the Juvia's Place eyeshadow primer. Yes, with the YouTube hand. Come on. I got it in the shade 2. It comes in 3 shades. I only seen one other review on it. And the girl, she was saying how, like, at Juvia's Place, they should have a wide shade range. No, we don't need no wide shade range. Because guess what? Whether I'm this color, whether it's somebody who's dark, I use light eyeshadow primers. Why? Because you want the color to show up. And if you blend right, you won't look ashy, okay? If you're looking at my eyebrows, they're already done. Say they won't cut somebody. Oh my God, say they not. What? My eyebrows are probably never, you know, like twins or nothing like that, but that's none of your business. Don't judge me. So, but we gonna use it today because they gonna make a believer out of me today. Like, I've seen the Urban Decay one and like I'm straight. I even got the Anastasia one in like a little kit. Haven't tried it. But this today, boo-boo. And I wanted to try P. Louise. Now, I heard it's amazing. Now, the girl who did the review, she did say that the Juvia's stayed longer. Like, her eyeshadow did not crack. Unlike, well, it cracked on the P. Louise side first. She didn't say whether it cracked on the Juvia's Place side or whatever, or if it was just inevitable for her. But she said it did better for her than the P. Louise. And I said, sis, I've been wanting P. Apparently, I ain't been wanting P too hard because I could have just bought her. But that's beside the point. I buy enough stuff, okay? But last but not least, let me tell y'all, when I try these on, it better be a godsend. But I got the Glamnetic lashes, and this is literally just the glue / eyeliner you use to put them on. You do have to buy these separately. It's like a fucking Apple commercial. Do you hear me? Like, y'all, I got my computer right here, so I might look at the price and stuff, but baby. And I'm curious to see how it's gonna work because or if I'm gonna just mess stuff up because I'm using this magnetic mascara, and the magnets in the mascara does, like, you can tell that it's magnetized for real. So I'm curious to see how that's gonna work with magnetic lashes, but hey, whatever. So I guess we better go ahead and get into, and so I'm gonna do pretty much a full face today I have a bunch of Juvia's Place palettes right here. The plan was I was just gonna use this one and I was gonna create, I think this one, because this is fairly new. And I mean, well, it's fairly new, not too new anymore, but I don't know, that way it'd give y'all a chance to see another new thing. But yeah, so also, yes, if you know my eyebrows, you might see a little bit of the color, you may not, don't judge me. But there is a way you can get rid of that. There is no reason that your eyebrows should look like the white around your lips on the top or bottom of your eyebrows. You can combat that either with blending your eyeshadow up the right way, or also taking your foundation close enough and blending it down the right way so that it is your skin tone. Okay. But yeah, so that's my opinion. But y'all, doing my eyebrows was so freaking hard. I was about to cuss, but I ain't gonna do it. It's so hard with, like, when I was trying to not bring it all the way down, because that's what I'm used to, y'all. That is what I'm used to. So it was difficult to not bring my concealer all the way down. But I'm using Shorty today. Child, let's talk about Miss Warrior and Mr. Jackson. Who, I guess I'm gonna use this to put on. Oh shit, shoot. This came out with a quickness. And she, I don't know. This is giving me very much, I need to do a cut crease vibe. Y'all know y'all up and personal when, I think I got so much. Hold on. I gotta blend this out. Not even using a a mirror right now. But let me grab my mirror and stop playing. To make sure I'm not messing up. So if I'm looking over here, sis got her mirror. It is what it is. But yeah, let's talk about Miss Jackson, honey. I don't know if I want to start at the beginning or if I just don't know. I really don't know. So basically, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then wow. Okay, I appreciate the fact that you follow me, but not the rest of social media. But it's okay, do you? Do you? Because you got better things to do, but you tune into me. That's all that matters. So basically, Derrick Jackson is a man who he makes, in a sense, relationship advice videos. This is very creamy, by the way. I've heard the P. Louisa sticker, and it is even, I feel like more, I don't know, is it more creamier than my concealer that I normally use? But anyway, so he is a relationship advice expert, okay? Pay attention to the air quotes, okay? He, like many other people who have become successful lately, and ain't nothing wrong with it, but basically whose social media has taken off, and so they have kind of proclaimed that profession through basically a blow up on social media. So, he has, made it to the shade room a bunch of times about, just about what men should do, what men shouldn't do, what, about all these people in their relationship should do and why they're getting the reactions that they're getting and, basically living or how their relationships are turning out as a result to how they act, what they tolerate and do. So, as a man who, one of the things that a lot of the time talks about, like, men who cheat and stuff like that, comes to find out, my good bra, my good sis, my good bra. I really want to say good sis, but I feel like that's disrespectful. I feel like it's rude, considering he is a man. But anyway, it has been come to find out that he has been cheating on his wife. He has been cheating on his wife for a good bit of, as he puts it, the 12 years that they have literally been in a relationship. And as he's so clarified to want to get a real clear to us human beings, the cheating was on the, like, he made it very, he was like, just for me to be clear, cheating means every bit of all the whole nine. Why I feel like, I don't know why he felt like he wanted to clarify that, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like we get it. I guess he wanted, I don't know, maybe he did it for her and she was like, oh no, you gonna go over here and tell the truth. You gonna tell the truth. But yes, he has been cheating on his wife since they've been together, since he's been married, just like all this stuff. And so everybody is pretty much giving him the business and okay. Sorry, y'all. This is going nice. Anyway, everybody's pretty much giving him the business because it's like, bruh, you have been on here preaching all this stuff and you've been cheating on your wife, my good bro. Like you've been doing the do. And I think honestly for me, what it is basically the fact that he's not one of those relationship guru experts who are just like out here, okay, y'all, you want to talk to your wife, you want to communicate. I understand things get bad, but this is what you should try to do. He's not out here like, you're gonna get mad at each other, but don't go to sleep mad. You know what I'm saying? Vibes. Like he's not giving you know, innocent, just straight up guru advice, in my opinion. Like, I've seen some of his videos, and it's basically like, you doing this, you shouldn't be doing this, you know what I'm saying? Women, you shouldn't be tolerating this, you shouldn't be tolerating that. You know what I'm saying? Just low-key going in. And don't get me wrong, there are some people who like that. You know what I'm saying? There are people who like somebody who gonna give it to them straight. I'm low-key, in a sense, one of those people. Like, depending on what it is, I'm one of those people. For example, like this TikToker, her name is Kita Boone, and she basically put it out there. She was like, you know, if a dude, you know, cheats on you or does you bad or hits you and you stay with him, you're weak. And most people felt like it's a problem for her to say stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Which I totally get why they feel that way. I totally get why they do not like the way that she put things, you know? If people feel like it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And the fact that she did not use kitten gloves, people don't like it. And that's kind of how he advises, teaches, or whatever you want to call it, and goes about things. But then come to find out, you're not what you're telling, you know, a lot of black women, let's put it like, keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that his audience is only black women, but a lot of black women do support. I mean, he's on platforms like Instagram, Shade Room, you know what I'm saying? A lot of media sources that a lot of black women are on. And it goes like that a lot of times, you know, black women will be the main ones supporting somebody, or not saying all the time, not saying other races don't support other people, but you know, but in the end get wronged. So now honestly, when the article came out, see, yo, I took that high and didn't mean to. So don't do that. Basically, it went all the way up to my brow bone, and what you want to do is you want to start lower and blend up to your brow bone if you are worried about it being a little too light skinned. And in that case, I wasn't really worried about that. I was just trying to add on some levels to this little situation we got going on. But, you know, in the end, a lot of people didn't even know that he was married. Myself included. And it is crazy. Like, you wanted a dude called him out and was like, you know what I'm saying? Steve Harvey give advice. You see his wife. I give advice. You've seen my wife. Where is your wife? And it's sad that we are now seeing her, once this whole mess, this whole debacle, this whole situation, this whole problem has come to pass. Like, before that, we knew nothing of her. We knew nothing of who she was, what she was about, etc., etc. So basically, that's the situation. At the end of the day, I feel like it's messed up of what he did. Now, let's get into it. So a lot of people were making comments. So after this came out, they sat down together and they basically did a live talking about the situation. He was explaining, you know, what he did, how he did it, etc., I guess, if you want to call it that. So from that, a lot of people had an issue with the way that his wife was dressed, okay? She made some videos addressing everybody's opinions, but my opinion, seeing my good sis like that hurt. It did. I am not happy with her appearance in the video. And anybody can feel the way that they want from me saying that. You could take that and run with it. But my thing is this. I'm not happy with her appearance in the video because of exactly what happened. Everybody took her appearance. Well, I'm not going to say everybody. A lot of people took her appearance in the video and had a lot of negative things to say about her. They was like, you know, do she got on a bonnet? Why her clothes so frumpy? You know what I'm saying? They're making fun of this situation at hand here. And I just feel like, you know, it took away from the point. It took away from, I don't know if his video was supposed to be a coming out. I don't know if it was not a coming out, child. I don't know if it was supposed to be an apology. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I can tell you what it was, not all of that. Like, it just ended up bad. Like, it looked sad. Like, it literally looked like it reinforced. It was like what he did to her for them past 12 years had been done all over again. Because he looks nice. He looked like he about to go out somewhere. He looked like he is giving. Okay? It looked like he about to go meet up with one of the sneaky links after he leaves. Boo. That's what it looked like. That's what it's very much giving. But with her, it looked like she had just got done cleaning the kitchen that was behind him. And I feel like everybody would have not focused on that if he looked like that as well. If they both approached the situation and they both were comfortable, they both, you know what I'm saying, maybe he looked like he needed a haircut and was in jogging pants and stuff like that. Because guys, you know, just you know, or a do-rag, you know what I'm saying? Because even sometimes, like, y'all hair don't be looking like nothing until y'all need a haircut bad. Then it's like, but us, our hair could be sticking all kind of way and then we just look crazy. But, you know what I'm saying? Or he had his do-rag on. They both had on sweats like pajamas or something like that. You know, then, okay. That's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Then that everybody wouldn't have been focused on her. Everybody wouldn't have been looking at her like, dang, girl, what you got on? What you doing? What? You know, because the last thing I want to hear personally in a defense to her is, oh, that's why he cheated on you. You see how she done came on live? You see how she looking? You see how that's the last thing that should have been said. But due to her appearance, that is something that was going to be said, you know, and it was just going to take away from the reason they were there. And I didn't like that. As a woman, I feel like you just took embarrassing her on a global aspect to another level. You did it all again. Everything you just did in these past, 12 years, you just did all over again. By literally having her, you know, on live, you know, and she ain't having a bonnet, y'all. She had on one of them, cause who bonnet look like that? That was one of them little hats, them little French hats, but it was knitted. You know, I don't know what it's called, but you know, but it was like a knitted version of that. You know, and people put them on. They had a little bang out. They had a little child. She could have had on that, but you know what I'm saying. She had on a little bang, had her hair done. You know what I'm saying. Look, let me tell you something. My opinion, if it was me, and if you're gonna stay, because at this point in life, when you go through certain things in life, you just realize you cannot judge people because you don't know what you would do in that moment. So as much as I feel like personally, if somebody cheat on me, because I don't know the experience, but somebody cheat on me, I'm out. As much as I feel like that, you'll be surprised how many people feel like that, but get in that situation and baby don't bust a grape. They don't bust a grape, don't move a muscle. Okay, they might play hard to get, you know what I'm saying? They might play like, I'm leaving that man alone or whatever. But a lot of them, gotta back up, ain't going nowhere. But so, I can't say. So, to that aspect, I can't judge her. I'ma shut up. That's none of my business. But, baby, had it been me and I decided I'm gonna stay, you best believe I probably would have been been on that couch bad. And I probably wouldn't have been holding his hand either. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. You better pull a Melania Trump on him. Don't touch me. baby, like, there's nothing she could, in a sense, have as far as her going back, not going back, etc., etc. There is nothing really that she could have done to appease everybody else, and that's just my opinion. But at the same time, okay, if you gonna make that decision, and though I feel like, girl, I don't want you to be with him because he clearly, especially if he didn't broke down into details like the sex was trash, it was horrible, I was not here for it, I didn't want it, then I feel like at that point, just because he got caught did not make the sex any better. So is he gonna do it again? But just to be more careful. It's given what? I don't know. Let me know. So that's my thing about it. Like, there's nothing that she could do to appease the world perfectly. But if you're gonna stay, because I don't agree with the decision, that was my thing about the way she looked. I hate to sound like everybody else. Well, I don't think that's why he cheated, because if you think that's why he cheated, you're dumb. You're stupid. Hello, how are you? Let me be the person to let you know you're stupid. Because, baby, you better ask all these fine women out here that be getting cheated on. That has to do with the character of the person, that does not have anything to do with the person he is cheating on. And I'm using this for my cut crease. And I think I'm loving it! Because it's drying down, y'all. I'm excited. Don't know what I'm doing for the rest of this look, but I'm excited. Honestly, if you know me, then doing my eye makeup takes the longest. When it comes to doing makeup, it takes the longest. So I'm about to pause real quick before this video be way too long and finish up. Okay, I'll be back. Baby, I'm back. And the look, so I tried something different. Normally I put glitter like on a line and stuff like that. I was trying to do something with some blue. But all else, at the end of the day, I was not about to trust the process on this camera. It was not about to happen. But I tried something different. I've seen like the reverse. Not reverse. But like I guess you could say reverse. The glitter being on the outside of the crease where the cut crease ends. And, you're out. I'm living for it. I'm liking it. It's new. It's diff. And I like it. Let me tell you something. You're not even giving what it's supposed to get. You're not even getting it all. Okay? You're not even getting it all. And then with some bomb liner, a bomb black liner, baby. Oh, baby. Don't get it twisted. But we're about to get into the rest. But as far as the eyeshadow primer, I like it. Let me say that. I do like it. You do not need that much of it. I know off the top of my head, it is $12 because I remember I was like, I'm buying it regardless. And then somebody was like, how much is it? I don't know. I don't care. I'm getting it. But it is $12. It is $2 more, I believe, than the P. Louise. And I believe the P. Louise has more, I think. Because the P. Louise is like $10. Y'all can look that up. But it's beautiful. $10 is nothing, especially compared to like a $22, or something like that from Anastasia or Urban Decay. And baby, it's giving. You don't need that much. For my people who have trouble with eye primers and stuff like that, creasing, or just have issues and stuff, use less. I'm pretty sure your problem is a use less problem. Like, use less of it. And I believe that it will work a lot better for you. Also, as far as creasing, make sure you're getting your whole eyelid. If you have to put your head or the person's makeup you're doing head back, so that it has like a surface area that you can get to all of it and coat And you know, work it until it dries out. If you're taking too long for it to dry out, you've used too much. You really don't need that much. Like, I used this, and this, it was too much, to be honest. So I had to work it a little extra to get it dry. But I'm here for it. It also grabs that pigment. It grabs it, and for me, I just feel like it really don't move, which is really good for a makeup artist, or just if you're doing your makeup and you want it to stay. I think it's really good. I can't attest to the longevity just yet because I've had it on for like a couple minutes, but it is like it's gonna grab it and hold it. With me trusting the process, I had to try to blend it out, take some things off, etc., etc. But it's okay. It did me well. It did me well. I like the look, and it's not even all together yet. Face, I'm not gonna say I don't care about face, but face is just, it's the same steps all the time. It's just nothing new. Maybe new products, but other than that, baby boo, it's the same. So today I'm gonna use my Professionals primer just so I can get rid of some of these holes in my face, so I can give Miss KVD a chance. Okay, a chance at life. But yeah, so that's just what I'm doing now. But back to Derrick. We about to get back on his head. No, I'm playing. But y'all, I just, when it comes down to the wife, like, it's crazy how much what we wear can spark a conversation. It's crazy. What we wear in our hair, what we wear in our bodies. So right now I'm just patting into my skin. This primer into my skin. So it's crazy how much like what we can wear could really like have a lot to say with people. People was also calling him trash because should I wait? Yeah, I'll wait till I'm putting on the lashes to try the They're Real mascara. Or should I put it on and let it dry? Okay, we're gonna try the They're Real magnetic mascara. We're gonna try and see. But yeah, it's crazy how much of a conversation it can spark. It's crazy the judgments you can make. It's but I know one thing that was said is the fact that, you know, it's a publicity stunt, you know, because you're promoting your book. Oh, you want to know how we made it through this? Dang. Okay, so I'm pulling this out. I'm like, pulling, boy. Like, it's not, you know how you just, you know, normally, but sis is pulling. So I'm shimmy and pulling up. Okay, sis, I think. Now, mind you, I did try the Idol mascara and the Urban Decay hydration skin tint, or whatever the case may be. I liked it. It made my skin look good, but at the same time, a girl was oily. I would insert the clips from that. But this mascara, honey, I think I like it. Now, mind you, I'm a falsies kind of girl, so mascara really don't gotta do much for me, to be honest. But I'm not saying sis had to be photo shoot ready, but it's just, I don't know. I think it's more so for the people who are not just straight judging her about like her appearance. Oh, girl, you need to do better, and that's why he cheated on you. For people who are not like that, I feel like it's more of a, I don't like the fact that, you know, I feel like, you know, he embarrassing her all over again. But then there was another conversation of, what if it's just like she okay with all this and she just letting him bring in that check? What's tea, sis? What's the tea? Maybe she not. Maybe she not mad. Maybe it's okay. I'm trying to get more on, but yeah. So now I'm gonna, let's see. Really, you can really get close here. I mean, it makes a difference. This makeup look though. But anyway, I guess. I mean, for me personally, I'm not gonna go out and pay $30. Wow, Weezer, now that left lash. Ooh wee. That did something for the kid, man. Child, that left lash. They're real, boo. Real. And I'm trying to hold the magnetic brush to see if it'll help it lift a little bit, which makes it longer. But that's cute. Okay. Mom's left lash looking nice. Looking nice. But I think my left side just does better with everything. Anyway. Will I go and pay $30 for this? Probably not. I probably will get the Sky High mascara and call it a day. But again, I wear falsies. I'm probably not. As long as it blend, if it's black, it'll work. But yeah, so that's how. This look good though. This looks good. I can't even hold you. If this does not match my skin tone, leave me alone. If anything, it'll probably most likely be too dark. I like to get some darker than my actual face anyway for it to match my chest. But yes. But look at this packaging. This is cute. And I like that it's cream to powder because a lot of older women have been looking for cream foundations. And I'm like, baby, nobody's really doing that anymore. I'm so sorry. Like, but now we got options. But Mr. Jackson. Okay, this is a perfect. Oh my God. Oh God. All right. Okay, we're gonna calm down here, guys. We're being overzealous here. We overzealous. First of all, not darker. I can't say darker. A lot of it is definitely yellow. Definitely yellow. But I'm gonna. I don't even know what to do. Cause I didn't expect sis to come out punching like this. Like I can't even. Like I maybe. Oh no! Oh Lord. Okay, hold on. Blender. Okay. Oh, Blueface, how we coming? Oh God. Okay. Oh gosh. Well, you can't even talk about him because that just. Baby, you better get your color. You better. You better get your color, sis. Because if you don't, they're gonna read you. They're gonna read your rights, sis. They're gonna read your rights. Oh God. Cause baby thick. Baby is thick and pigmented, sis. Like, oh, I feel weird even like continuing. Like, let me dab. I was up here swirling like, is any on my brush? It says, yes, sis, we're here. Don't you get it twisted. We're here. We're here always and forever, baby. We're here better than your best friends, okay? Like, oh God. Oh, this is like, baby, where my drags at, honey? Cause sis is sick. Now, once I've got it on fully and completely, like, I like it as far as, like, the shade. Because, you know, your face, this is, okay, let me tell you something. Just like I tell everybody, is it too light for the neck and chest, though? Because looking in my mirror right here, it's not bad. But looking in all these lights, because really full coverage is always gonna, it's gonna look a little weird because you have to finish out the look when it comes to full coverage stuff, because your face looks full, done, flat, and you're not used to seeing your face like that. You're used to seeing, see, you can come, see if I come in closer, like you can see the pimples, you can see the texture, you can see, but when I zoom out here like this, you just see the shine on my face. Now, what I'm curious about, to my knowledge, is supposed to be a cream to powder. Is it powdering? Is it powder? Oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna have to pause because we're gonna try another thing by Benefit that I know I already love. So, is it really a review? But what are we thinking? Do I need to go darker? Like on here? I don't know. I'm gonna have to because even though I don't know, now that I got it everywhere, like it's like okay, like it's not that big of a deal. Like it's warming up to my skin. Like it doesn't look like my see, now it has to be my chest, not my neck, because you know my neck is significantly, but girl, this is full coverage. Oh God, this is full glam, period. Full glam. I like her. We're just gonna keep swirling her. Like, oh man. But this warms up on my skin really nicely. Not even gonna lie. I'm gonna put a little more on my forehead. Try it out. Cause like, yes, we're, ooh. Yes. What the girls like to call living. I'm living. This is one of the ones who can wear no, you better put on your lashes, you better put on your lipstick, you better put it on all of it. Cause sis, now with this, I would definitely use all my matte products because you see here. So, perfect segue. So next we're about to use this creamy concealer. I'm very hesitant when using this creamy concealer just for the simple fact that this is creamy and this already look oily. But we gonna give her a try anyway. Because normally I have a problem. See, I have to melt my matte products together by using my Matte Fix Plus. But this is already a creamy. Oh, but Miss Fenty will definitely meet this concealer. I already know. So, but perfect segue because Miss Jackson made a video, and in her video she was just talking about like people. Well, it was a poem, really. Like it was a poem, to keep it 100. But basically in the poem that she was given, it was like, you see a bonnet, I see a helmet of, you know, and it's like a lot of her responses and response videos just were about, you know, a lot of things and dealing with God on most of it. And as a Christian and Christian counselor, I will elaborate on that. I ain't no pastor, nothing. But ooh, no, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Oh, God. But that makes me feel like the people who be like, oh, you too Christian. Like that, her response, I feel like, is exactly what people be talking about when they be like, too Christian. Just because, like, she literally compared everything that everybody had to say to some part of the Bible, some part of Christianity, something. And people are like, girl, we don't care. Don't sit up here and talk to me about no Christ when it basically seems like you're trying to distract that from what your husband did that was low-key un-Christ-like. Like, if we want to keep it a bug, that's literally how everybody feeling. And okay, as a Christian, you know, I know it's offensive to say like, oh, somebody's too Christian and stuff like that. But I feel like what people, I don't want to say of the world, but I feel like what people feel when they say that you're too Christian, they feel like you do too much, or not even that you do too much, that you literally are. I should have let it sit before I blended it out. I would do it on this side, but you literally are so in your faith that you refuse to come down and have a normal conversation, that you refuse to like meet people where they stand, or just be real, be undiplomatic, be like not give a political answer. People want you to level with them, you know what I'm saying? And some people you may feel like are, you know, straight coming for you, but sometimes and this is outside of this whole Derrick Jackson and his wife situation, but literally in life, most of the time when people are like, if you say, for example, if you have those people where you were like, hey girl, you want to come on this vacation, on this trip, out to dinner with me? Girl, I got to pray about it and then I'll let you know. Now, this is a very exaggerated version of what I'm saying, but you know, some people feel like, okay, bro, okay, at that point, you're doing too much. As a Christian, okay, I understand, you know, God orders your steps and you have to, you know, abide by what he's saying and, you know, walk in his steps for your life in order to be successful and really get where you want to get. But people who are not necessarily on that same walk, who are not as devout as you are, sometimes they just want you to level with them. Like, sometimes you just want you to level with them. You just want them to be real. I enjoy my church for the fact that I feel like I can be real. I feel like that doesn't mean that I can do whatever I want and it's just a blind eye. But people will just want you to relate to them sometimes. Like, they just want you to vibe. So, here, for this concealer, I like it. It is creamy. I did see, you know, someone TikTok to say they don't feel like it has as much coverage. I agree and understand why they're saying that, to be honest. But it's nice and light. I will have to see. I'm about to set it with my Fenty powder and really see the test. So I didn't use my Fenty. I ended up using my Laura Mercier powder because I forgot I did bring the Fenty. I did have my Fenty, but I just already used the Laura, which is cool because, like, I rarely use my Laura. My Fenty is babe. Not even gonna lie. And then I used the Juvia's Place the matchstick. Not matchstick. Boy, mine better be on Fenty. Yes. So, but with the whole two Christian conversation, that brings me into the whole, like, Lil Nas X thing. So here's my take on it. I feel like Lil Nas X makes good. Is that everything? No. Gotta do the lashes, but I'm gonna highlight while we talk about this. I feel like he makes great content in a sense. Like, okay, he makes good music. The music is very entertaining. It's a very good one to bop to, listen to, all that stuff. Like, he's made multiple songs that I feel like people really enjoy, like Old Town Road. And that was a big one that everybody knew, but like my brother, my brother at first did not know he was good, but you know, he likes, you know, his songs, and he showed me his album, and I really liked the album, from Panini to like other different stuff he had on there. And from that, I could say like he makes songs that are really catchy and nice. And I'm normally a person where I have to hear the song a time or two for me to like it, and that's just being honest. Like, it could be an amazing song, but it's very rare that I hear a song for the first time and it's just, oh, that's the pop. But I did hear Montero, and I watched the video at the same time. I really don't be checking for him and everything that's going on. Like, if I see him on a drama page, like that whole little that whole 6ix9ine thing where he tried to say something about him, and then, you know, he showed homeboy in his DMs, like, whether it was fake, real, whatever. It was hilarious. It was a good clap back, and he was not scared. So I thought that was cool. But like, I watched the video. Well, I had kept hearing about it. It was on TikTok. My sister showed it to me, and I feel like I just kept seeing a bunch of little clips, and you know, the clips were making it look horrible. It was making the freaking video look atrocious, okay? But you know, with anything, whether it's the Bible, whether it's, you know, he say, she say, whatever the case may be, it's important. Like, you gotta go to the source. You gotta see for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't just vibe off of whatever somebody else tell you. You gotta go get it for yourself. So I was like, let me watch the little video, and I can also talk about it when I'm on here. And I've seen both sides. I've seen people who hate it. I've seen people who dislike it. I've seen stuff about the shoe. I've seen it. My thing is this. I feel like the song is dope. I can't even hold you. The song dope. Like, the song was something I could vibe to personally. The song was like, it was lit. I can't even say the song was not appealing to me, because it was. Like, I'd be lying if I said that, because it was something. It was a good beat. I don't remember what the lyrics and all that stuff was. I heard it one time. I watched a video one time. That was it. Now, when it comes to the visuals is what's really, that had everybody shook, really what has everybody feeling some type of way, is really what sparked the controversy. And there's a lot of, I love stuff that it has a deeper meaning, or it has, like, you know, it has something behind it that makes you think or whatever. And I get it. Everybody, if it was just a regular concept, in a sense, people wouldn't even be thinking twice about it. But the fact that it has something to do with hell, the devil, heaven, all that stuff, if he would have just kept it about judgment, it would have just been judgment. But because it's involving all these things, people are feeling some type of way about it. And I understand, you know, there are, you know, people who are very dumb, who don't play about their God, who take their God very seriously and don't come for him, don't do him, don't, you know what I'm saying? There are people who, you know, feel like, bruh, like, he's just expressing himself and his feelings towards the situation. Let him live. there's all sides of it. Me, I just don't even know. Like, I see where both sides are coming from. I see both sides feeling away. My thing is this. I really enjoyed the art and different parts of the video. Kind of like like there was a lot going on. There was a lot, you know, taking place. I like the underlying meanings of, like, you know, because there are videos out there where people are breaking it down about like how the stones were throwing stones at him for being gay, you know what I'm saying? But then it was like, you know, ironic. And then at the same time, and it wasn't a stone, it was a adult object. So that right there was like, okay, you know. And then the whole like dancing on the devil, and, you know, and he took his, just like all that stuff. Like, it was, you know, my thing is this. I don't care about the video. My thing is, I don't like stuff that kind of invites the devil. I am a very big person as far as when it comes to spirits and all that stuff. Like, I believe that stuff is real. Like, I take that for no games. But at the same time, like, you know, I didn't think that much into, if everybody wasn't making a big fuss about it, I probably wouldn't have thought that much into it. But I feel like this is where the too holy comes in, for the fact that not because what his video was innocent, but because what are you and your children doing watching it? Why is that something that is, you know, that came across your screen? Lil Nas X, like Lovely C said, is not your babysitter. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B gets flack for this too. Do you know your songs are like, little girls are hearing you? And okay, but when Cardi B's daughter runs into the room, guess what she do? She put that song on pause because she doesn't want her daughter, you know what I'm saying, listening to that. But herself, other grown people around her, she's okay with that because grown. I honestly feel like the problem is not, and I get it. Okay, so when it comes to devil and demon talk and all that stuff, yes, that's not an age limit on that or whatever the case may be. But I feel like that was more so people condemning him for being gay rather than him loving the devil type situation. And it is oftentimes that does happen. Like, that is people's first go-to when it comes to somebody being homosexual, is the devil this, you're going to hell, that. Like, that, I'm so over that. I don't like, there's a song of Tasha, and I love it, but when she says we come against the spirit of homosexuality, I don't like it, because I feel like I have friends who are homosexual. I have family who is homosexual, and I've had, you know, people that I've known who have literally tried to be something they're not because of the church. And honestly, I feel like they have been wholeheartedly robbed, you know what I'm saying, of being comfortable in this life. Now, well, not being comfortable, because you don't want to be comfortable. You want to, you know, always strive for something. But that's kind of like who they are. Like, you know, Jesus hung out with prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the people who will tell you that you're going to hell will cuss. A lot of the people who are telling you that you're going to hell, if it's according to the Old Testament, they're going to hell with you. Because guess what? If they're a woman and they wear anything but skirts, guess what? They're going to hell. If they're a woman, you know, who paints their nails, who has pierced their ears, guess what? They're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? If they're men who dated on their wives, Mr. Jackson, got an airplane going up by me now. But guess what? hell. But it's just like, so, you know, we are of the world. At the end of the day, the Lord died for our sins. So if what he is doing is a sin, okay, that's his life to live and his decision to come to. Worry about you, worry about your life. And I feel like more people should live a life of, if you're going to be Christian and stuff like that, live a life of love, live a life. My favorite Bible verse has to do with being the salt of the earth and the light of the world. You are supposed to emulate Jesus' love. You're supposed to shine bright. I've literally had like people lately say to others about me, or like to me, that just like my personality makes them happy, or it makes them smile, or like my smile brights up, like just little stuff like that, because that's what I want to be, you know. Little stuff makes me happy and is appreciated to me by other people. So like the least you can do is show somebody. Steve Harvey said, at the end of the day, I don't know if Christianity is right. I don't know if it's the religion that I'm supposed to go about and live with. But also at the end of the day, all I know is I've lived my life trying to be nice and good to people. Just that. So it's like if you feed people, if you're nice to people, and not even just feeding them with food, feeding their soul, if you sit there and listen to them, if you know what I'm saying, if you help them out, if you give a little advice, you know, if you help them in a way, like if you're a good person and you're good and you're constantly good, people are going to wonder why you are so good. People are going to wonder why you are so nice. People are going to wonder why you've been through things and you're able to carry it so well. People are going to wonder why you open their home. People are going to wonder why. And when they do want to know why, you can let them know, like, it's because God, it's because of Jesus. It's, you know what I'm saying? You can let them know that. But to condemn somebody else for what they're doing wrong, baby, let's open up your clothes and let's get them skeletons rolling. Like, my thing, okay, I get it. I know I don't mess with spirits, so I'm not about to get them Ouija board shoes. I ain't about to, you know, I ain't about to get them. I ain't doing it. I ain't getting no 666 apparel. I ain't doing it. But Lil Nas X also didn't ask me to. Whether Nike sponsored it or they didn't ask me to get it. So I'm not gonna get it. When it comes to certain things, I don't like it in my aura, because I am very a person. I pick up on, you know, people's manner. I pick up on, I don't know how to explain their energy. There we go. I pick it up very easily. So there's certain things I'm like, no, I'm good. But at the same time, I feel like it was a dope video. I feel like the song is dope. It is what it is. Like, if you don't like it, don't participate in it. But we about to participate in these lashes, baby. This is the Glamnetic lashes. Glamnetic lashes. It is in Vixen. I was about to say in the shade Vixen, but in the style Vixen. Again, the glue and lashes do come separate, baby. The glue by itself is like $38. And let me give y'all the actual factuals. Show y'all what's really up. Glue is $38 and the lashes are $30. Baby, let me not judge this little book by its cover, honey. But let me tell you something. Baby. Now they do see something on here that says you get a free black liquid magnetic eyeliner with a $30 brand purchase. So basically, if you buy the lashes, they will give you the glue as a free gift. But I'm pretty sure it's a trial size and not a full size. So that's where, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. But yes. Okay, so I'm not a major eyeliner person, just for the fact that have hooded eyes. But you know, doing a little line for the lashes is easy. Now, oh y'all, we about to have a problem. My good sis. I don't know if this is supposed to dry before you put on the lash, but I don't know. I think I'm just about to put on the lash. But the reason why I say we about to have a problem, y'all, is because I feel like this eyeshadow primer, like, okay, I feel like it's partially wanting to stick to my lashes because of the magnetic mascara. And then part of me is like, okay, maybe I just need to put more the eyeliner down. But y'all, I think I see my shadow. I think I see the shadow not doing what it's supposed to do, y'all. I think I see it separating and not playing those games. Y'all, this end over here is not really staying down. I don't know why. It made a difference to the look, but I feel like you definitely can see. I don't know, y'all. These was already a HE double hockey sticks. No. Because of the price. Oh, I also, when I was putting it on, oh, Lord. This is my good side, and I'm just messing it all up with this liner. Okay, so I think also the issue is, like, because I got my lashes done, as far as, like, mascara on, they're so long that I'm running into the liner. Like, when I'm putting on the liner, it's running into the lash, and now it wants, so instead of sticking to my eye, it partially wants to go to the lash. I don't know. Okay, this one's better. This one's cute. These are a strong. I don't. Honestly, I'm gonna say right. Like, and honestly, I feel like strip is bulkier than a mother. Like, so if I get up on my face, like if you get up on, I don't know, I feel like you see the strip. OD. And not on this camera so much, but in real life, like looking in my mirror, I feel like I could tell, like, girl, that's not you. And now these are a lot more for them to be called Vixen, baby. It was supposed to be giving me my best accountant. She's an accountant, okay? Look, and that's not what I feel like I'm getting. All I can say is thank God I didn't pay for them. The video's not sponsored, but people don't have places. The reason why I'm saying where I'm getting it from is because one day I'm gonna have some stories for you, and I don't need you trying to figure out my stories, period. But as you can see, now that I've like really put everything together, the brightness of my eyebrows, in a sense, is still there, so you can see the definition of them, but they don't look like, oh, like her concealer on her eyebrows are standing out. This eye look has come together with lashes and a full face. Thank you. Okay. My new creamy concealer gave me a little brightness. Now I will say, I don't know what's going on with this eyeshadow primer. I thought looked like it was separating a little bit, y'all. And if baby is separating, I promise you I'll go back to using my concealer so fast, with a quickness, with a freaking quickness. I am who got time to play? I'm not about to play play with your mama, know me. Slow down. Let me love you. Skip Marley and Her. I think that song is fire. But yeah, that's just my opinions on stuff. The Derrick Jackson situation is messed up. How it happened. Life is life. If you're gonna forgive him and keep it pushing, that's cool. If he just out here trying to trick everybody out their bag, that's not cool. And that's just period. So if you're gonna stay with him, stay with him. I can't tell you what to do. That's none of my business. About what your husband does. But I hope that you're just not out here like, because either using this situation for you to start writing books, or for him to keep writing books and making some money. Because I feel like ultimately you will regret it. Ultimately you'll feel like you got took. Ultimately you will feel like you sold your soul for some money. It happens more than you think. And I just hate how people were able to, the situation was ever to be taken advantage of, based off that interview, and just like distracted from the real task and issue at hand, which was the infidelity of your husband. And how, like, if he wanted to make a public apology because he embarrassed you in public, that's fine. But to basically feel like he was embarrassing you all over again on a dang interview, I'm not here for. And that's on the strength of not me judging you, but being a sister, a fellow sister, to say, I don't like that as your friend. Because if I was your friend, I'd be like, oh no, I don't like how he did that to you all over again, I feel like. When it comes to the Lil Nas X situation, I just feel like, hey, y'all, if it's not your cup of tea, it's not your... Ooh, I shouldn't have put that up there. I'm tripping. That's that devil. Let me stop. But, like, if the video is not your cup of tea and you're not with it, then it's not your cup of tea and you're not with it. You know what I'm saying? And just make sure that you protect your household, the people around you, to not look or entertain all the X, Y, and Z's. When it comes to whether it's your faith or you just feel like your kids or people in your home are too young for whatever your reasoning is, you ain't got to explain nothing to me or Lil Nas X. But to publicly bash or go out or try to, tear him down. Because I honestly, at the end of the day, I do feel like the song, like, he's basically saying how he felt a certain way, like lived in a world where people are forced to not tell their truth. So, and that could be a prison for people. That can be a very sad place for people. Maybe he is crying out or something. Not saying he is. He's probably very happy with the life that he is living. Trust me. Like, honestly, my opinion on the video, as far as video review, it was just different for me to see him be very feminine now that he's come out. Just because I feel like he wasn't introduced to the world that way. Of course, he has been very feminine and done things online since he's come out. But to how he's, was first introduced to us, it wasn't like a very feminine way of being. So it was like, oh, you know, in the video, it was like, oh, being taken aback. But other than that, you know, there's that. And the whole situation with Waka Flocka, Tammy, and Zoe is stupid. Oh, we're not, that whole situation. Basically, if you don't know, Charlie Waka Flocka's daughter has come out as gay, and people have kind of coined him to say bad things about the LGBTQ community beforehand, but now that his daughter has come out, that, you know, he's like, oh, it's okay. And Zoe just felt like, hey, y'all need to just think before you speak on situations, because while you're saying that, you know, you don't like something, you're not cool with something, my Professionals Benefit Spray, it's amazing. It helps makeup not go into your mask. I wanted to have that, but I didn't feel like stopping going to get it. But it's amazing. But today I'm just going to use Urban Decay. But act like this is the benefit and just know it's amazing. I will check back in with y'all later. I real life want to take off these lashes and put on my lashes. I'm not even gonna lie. I just feel like the look that I did is so new that it's being wasted. It's being wasted with it's being wasted with these lashes, Glamnetic lashes. I guess for my people who don't like a traditional lash, it's difficult for them to do a traditional lash. Go for it. But honestly, I wouldn't. Sit down and practice shit. Shoot. Sit down and practice putting on lashes. Because this is not where it's at for me. It is not like where it's at for me at all. Ooh, that is going too far. It's always the section right here doesn't want to look like it's colored in. But anyway, it makes my rounded eye now. Mind you, I'm still wet, so that's why I look glistening as all HE double hockey sticks. But yeah, that was just a situation with them. I feel like, you know, Tammy, you know, she go hard for hers, cause she go hard for hers. So really, I think, but I don't think it was that deep. I don't think he was really trying to come against her family. It was just a lesson to people, like, chill out, you know, on topics. Like for me, even with the Lil Nas X video, just look away. Just don't worry about it. Just don't, like, unless it's literally your business, unless you about to stand in front of this camera and try to get monetized and make some coins, unless you work at a radio station and you are getting some coins, unless you are keeping it table talk with your people at work or at home, just let people be, you know what I'm saying? Just let them be, you know, it's good. It's different when it's a kiki, but when people get on these keyboards and they start going, like they get in a check for this about their opinion, baby, honey, it's okay. Let it go. They wasn't checking for you. Let it go. But y'all, I'm about to powder and really get up out of here because, well, I already powdered, but I'm still looking a little shiny, so I'm about to hit these areas I didn't. These smile lines, baby. Period, Laura. Get it together, Laura. But yes, I'm about to And my brother got practice, so I'm about to get her together and get her gone. But as of the end of this video, I like my look. I don't know how I feel about the coverage on the... I feel like it's good coverage, but I'm kind of confused as to why I can low-key see some of the color of, like, the scars that I have in my face. Like, you can't really tell on here, but, like this right here, you can kind of see the color of that instead of it being just polished over from the mouth by the foundation. Happy with this eye look. I'm happy kind of with the primer so far. All I know is sis better not break up on me. I'm about to go to the practice. I will give y'all an update after I come back, or later in the day after I done got some food in my stomach. But thanks for being my A1 since day one. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Say, let's get the discussion popping in the comments. What you gotta say? We got beef? Let me know. We got beef. You didn't like something I said? You do like something I said. Let me know what's good. Let's talk. Let's talk about it. And subscribe. At the end of the day, because like I said, your girl trying to... She got it now. She got this now. Peep the apple. She got this now. So, hopefully, she not on that bull. There I go, Derrick Jackson talking to third person. Hopefully, she not on that bull and she upload these videos and we get it popping. But yes, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for being my A1 since day one.